Hey you guys, and welcome back to this Brand Slam week on e.l.f. Cosmetics. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my favorite brushes from e.l.f. I love e.l.f. brushes. I think they are some of the best affordable brushes out there, and I have a bunch that I want to talk about today. Hope you're enjoying this week so far, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And a little bit of a rush this morning. I'm going to be running out and watching The Incredibles very soon, so I have to film this quite fast. But thank you for watching, and let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off with face brushes and then go into eye brushes last. By the way, most of these brushes are dirty right now, so this is a really good opportunity for me to grab all these brushes, bring them to my bathroom and wash them. But the first brush I want to share with you is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. It doesn't say it on the actual packaging, but it's the Ultimate Blending Brush. This is one of my favorite brushes to blend out foundation on my face. It doesn't leave streak marks. It blends everything out flawlessly. It gives you a really nice finish and coverage. I've had this for a while and I've washed it loads of times and it hasn't shed. It doesn't feel scratchy. It's very soft. I think it was about $6. I think all of these brushes were like $3 to $6. Maybe the white Beautifully Precise brushes might be a little bit more expensive, but this one was $6. Really good. Highly recommended if you're looking for an affordable foundation brush. One of my all-time favorite brushes, like in the entire world, is the e.l.f. Concealer Brush. This is the Flawless Concealer Brush. It's again part of their Studio line. It's just a really awesome brush for blending out your concealer. You can even use it for spot concealing. Really good quality across the board. I don't want to repeat myself too much in this video, but across the board, all of these brushes are great quality, soft, not scratchy. They don't shed, they haven't broken on me. All of these brushes are great. I also really like this brush. It's the pointed powder brush. It's kind of like a diamond shape. It comes to a point at the top and it's tapered all over the sides. So you could use it to contour your cheeks, or you can use the flat side to powder your entire face. Really unique and wonderful shape. I find this really useful. You can use it for bronzer, for blush, for powder, for contours. Well thought out shaped brush. Just looking for something that you can use for multiple things on your face. Okay, this is a newer find for me. This is something I recently hauled. You would have seen it in my haul video, but this is the e.l.f. Stipple Brush. It's a really kind of a fat stipple brush. I feel like this is new. I think it actually had new on the packaging. Really like it for bronzing and for applying blush, especially if a blush is over pigmented. This is an awesome way to make sure you don't pack on too much of the product. It's a newer find, but I've been loving it so far. I've always wanted a fat stippling brush, even just to blend your like entire face. Like if you just need to make everything more airbrushed and blended. Ooh, this one's actually clean. I guess I haven't used it in a while. This is the e.l.f. Blending Brush. It is kind of a paddled shape, like almost like a fan brush, but not quite. It's fluffy but narrow at the same time, and it's so soft. I love this one for contouring my cheeks. It fits right there in the hollows of my cheeks. It works really well with powder or with cream products. I actually find myself reaching for this more when I use like a cream bronzer or a cream contour. Nice small handle, so it's good for traveling with. This is like a classic brush. I feel like if you don't have this in your collection, you need to go get it right now. This is the e.l.f. Small Tapered Brush. It's like a little round, but tapered all the way. It almost comes to a point. It's kind of like this brush, but smaller and a little bit denser. I love this one for setting my under eye concealer. It sets the powder so nicely. It distributes just the right amount of product. Point is so nice for getting right in that inner corner. It's just, I love this brush so much. It's also really good for packing on some highlighter. It covers your cheekbone really nicely, and it's just all around such a great brush. I would recommend you go pick this up right away if you do not have it in your collection. I think you will love it. Okay, this one is the e.l.f. Lip and Cheek Brush. This is like a brush I feel like you don't need in your collection, but I wanted it because I wanted this side of it, which is like a angled contouring brush. I love this one though for applying cream bronzer. I actually use this a lot with the e.l.f. Aqua Beauty Blush and Bronzing Duo. This one just works really well with that formula, but also just for cream blushes, for cream bronzers. I find this so convenient to use. It does have this little lip brush on the other end, but I never use this lip brush, so I'm not gonna talk about that, but definitely love this side. It's not like a necessary brush. I think you can get away with not having this in your collection, but I like it. This one is a little bit pricier. This is part of their, I think it's called their Beautifully Precise line. I can't remember the name of this brush, but it has a little 107 on the bottom. I feel like it's their tapered highlighting brush. I don't know. But this is the softest and the fluffiest brush I have ever felt. It feels like a little bunny tail or something. It's so soft. I use this one for highlighter if I want a really diffused highlighted look. Like if I want to make sure the product spreads across my cheeks without kind of concentrating, give me that really metallic look. Like this is just perfect for a very soft, glowy, highlighted look. It gives a really nice effect on your cheeks. I also use it for under eye concealer, but I find that it's a little bit trickier to use because it's a little bit too fat. But those natural highlighted days, this is such an awesome product. The next group of brushes are their eye brushes. So I have 5 to share with you. Let's start with this one. This is the e.l.f. Crease Brush. This is a little bit of a more thin crease brush. Like it's not quite as fluffy as some other ones. Like I have the Sigma E40, which is fluffier. And I think this is a really great brush, especially if you have smaller eyes, don't have as much space, and you find big fluffy brushes are just too much for your eye shape. I think you would really like this one. It kind of just fits in your crease really well. It's really good for the outer corner. You can also use it on the lower lash line. Great crease brush. I wish e.l.f. would come out with like a more fluffy crease brush as well, but this one's good if you haven't tried it. I also have their detailed crease brush. This is again a newer product. I hauled it in that video on Monday or Sunday. I don't know when I'm going to start this series. This is even smaller than their regular crease brush, and this one is so good if you want to just smoke out your lower lash line or you want to get really precise in that outer corner. This is such a nice shape. I'm so glad I have this in my collection. I feel like I needed this one in my makeup brush collection. Like this is what I was missing. I'm really glad I picked it up. I'm pretty sure this is the e.l.f. blending brush. Again, it doesn't say. I wish e.l.f. would just write the name on the darn brushes. Like why can you not write the name on the brushes? It's kind of a paddled shape. Ooh, that was a lot of powder that just shot up. Obviously dirty. It's kind of a paddled shape. It is fluffy at the same time. I really like this one for blending shadows into my crease. Get a precise line in your crease, or you can turn it on its side and kind of blend out. It kind of works as like a fluffy blending brush. I know, I feel like this is just me saying, yeah, this is good, this is good, this is good, but they actually are like really good, and I don't really know what else to say about it. For packing shadow onto the lid, I feel like you need a brush like this, and this is the e.l.f. Eyeshadow C Brush. This is really good for metallic shades, packing those onto your lid, or even just matte shades. Honestly, lately I've been using my finger for pretty much all of my metallic shades or shimmer shades that I want to place on my lid. But if you don't like using your finger, I think you need a brush like this. On the other hand, you could pick up one of their $1 brushes. I think this is just the e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. Like I don't think it has another name. This is just a little bit less fluffy and thick than the C brush. This one is, I feel like, almost even better than that C brush. I don't know if they still sell it, that's the only thing. I feel like you can't really find their $1 line in stores anymore, but I think you can still find it on the e.l.f. website, so go get it. And last but not least is this e.l.f. pencil brush, or I think it's actually called the Beautifully Precise Smudge Brush. It's the same line as this guy. I feel like everyone needs a pencil brush in their life, especially for smudging liner or just packing shadow onto your lower lash line, even smudging liner on your upper lash line. I feel like it's an essential. It's just really awesome. It's super soft. It doesn't feel scratchy on my lower lash line. I find that's the case a lot. Like my lower lash line can get really watery really fast, and this one does not cause any wateriness and scratchiness, so I love it for that. And that sums up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I highly recommend you try some e.l.f. brushes if you haven't already. They're really affordable, and they're really great quality, and you can't really beat them at the drugstore. Like Real Techniques is more expensive, Eco Tools is more expensive. e.l.f. is just the cheapest for brushes. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you would like to see more videos, and I will see you in my next one, which will be tomorrow. Bye!